Hi and welcome. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about cryptocurrency news and the non-seizability of Bitcoin and Hong Kong. Let's get into it. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion. I am not smarter than you. You are smarter than you realize. Do not trust what I say. Do your own research. Just in the last week or so, we're dealing with riots and all kinds of issues in Hong Kong for the last, I don't know how long it's been, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, somewhere in that ballpark. People have been in the streets rioting and protesting against the control of China as China is taking the governmental reins of Hong Kong. And so that's had a lot of people concerned. That's had a lot of people trying to get their currency, their money out of the banks. And as a result, a lot of people are in Hong Kong are investing in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's use as a protector of wealth is coming to force in Hong Kong as trading volumes spike and business iron out problems with acceptance. Trading record underscores Bitcoin's non-seizability. So what do they mean by non-seizability? Primarily, if you stored your Bitcoin on an exchange, the government can often get to that exchange and force the exchange to transfer your Bitcoin to the government. But if you've transferred your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency, this not only applies to Bitcoin, but it also applies to many cryptocurrencies. You can transfer that cryptocurrency off of an exchange and into a wallet. And if you've got a software wallet, either on your telephone or on your laptop, that's one level of security, but you can even take it to another level of putting it into a hardware wallet, such as a Trezor or a Ledger or a KeepKey hardware wallet. And one of those three hardware wallets will help you protect it. And it's in a place that the government can no longer seize it from. Now, the only way that they're going to actually be able to get access to your cryptocurrency is if they get your hardware wallet and then force you to tell them what the passwords, what the PIN codes are in order to access your funds. And so if you tell them, then of course they were able to seize your funds. But until you actually tell them how to get to it, your funds are non-seizable by a government entity. So, if a government comes to the bank, they can easily seize your funds. If the government goes to your workplace, they can have your workplace deduct money out of your checks. If the government, if your money's in a bank, of course, they can seize your funds out of a bank, or other things like stock market, stock exchanges, they can seize your assets from the stock exchanges. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, it is in even with physical property such as a house or land, the government can put liens on that and even take physical possession of those properties. But when it comes to Bitcoin, that's one of the benefits of Bitcoin is it's because it's a digital asset that's protected by cryptography. The government has so far been completely unable, and when I say government, I'm talking about really all global governments have not been able to break that cryptography and been able to seize people's funds. Now, here's the interesting thing. With all the rioting and the bank runs and everything else in Hong Kong, you can see the trading volume on a service called Localbitcoins. Now, how Localbitcoins works is you'll advertise on Localbitcoins that you'll either want to buy or sell a certain amount of Bitcoin, and then you'll go face-to-face with the person either purchasing or selling it, and you'll trade real dollars to purchase those Bitcoins from that person. And you can see here, let me get you a zoomed in version of this chart. You can see here that in 2017, right around the time that Bitcoin hit $20,000, the volume spiked quite a bit on Localbitcoins in Hong Kong, where people were purchasing Bitcoins. And then it's kind of dwindled off. Now, I say dwindled off, but compared to before August 19th of 2017, the volume was almost nothing, but it did dwindle off compared to the peak of when Bitcoin hit the $20,000 highs. It kind of cut back. But look at this spike. This spike attains a new all-time high that's even greater than the peaks that were experienced back with when Bitcoin hit that $20,000 high. And so the people in Hong Kong are transferring lots of money from their accounts in cash, because Localbitcoins only deals cash person to person when you're purchasing Bitcoins. And that's a huge spike in volume, huge spike in volume. So in the face of a crackdown on civil liberties via emergency powers, monetary freedom also took a hit, with worried residents forming queues at ATMs. I've saw some images where people were standing in line to get to an ATM, and that line was blocks long. I mean, like 2 or 3 blocks. And there were all kinds of reports of ATMs running out of money, which is understandable. I mean, if you've got a block-long line and people are getting money out of ATMs, at some point that ATM will run out of money. Hong Kong saw a giant spike in trading on peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchange Localbitcoins, seeing 12.3 million Hong Kong dollars, which is 1.57 million US, change hands in the week ending September 28th, so just before October. Hong Kong Free Press escapes clutches of BitPay, switches to BTC Pay. So quite interesting. I hope that you're not in Hong Kong, and if you are, I hope you stay safe, and I hope you're able to take care of your finances and your family. In the meantime, how can I be of service to you? Please leave a comment below. If you disagree with anything that I spoke of, I'm interested in hearing your polite disagreements. The only way you and I can learn is if we disagree with each other. In the meantime, like, subscribe, and hodl. I hope you have a fantastic day.